Come on. And we're back, people!
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
Technical difficulties and everything else. After these messages, we're always back. And we still love all of you, even if you hate us and are unemployed and a furry in California.
That's awfully specific.
Hey, you know what? Even if you give us a thumbs down, you're still sitting here watching us. That means you have nothing better to do with your life.
Oh, did I get a thumbs down already?
No, you haven't yet.
Okay.
But
the night is young.
But I am being an asshole because so you don't have to.
Do you like the title of the stream?
Well, we've already gone over the Charmed reboot before Irving got here. I'm just filling him in. It was absolutely horrid. I feel sorry for the actresses. It's the worst reboot of them all. It's even worse than the She-Ra one, if you can believe that or not. Yeah. I am a firm. I will, if I am ever elected to Congress, I will introduce legislation barring Hollywood from rebooting anything that has been manufactured within the last 50 years.
50?
50.
See, even I would say 35 is plenty, you know?
No. I want to be 50 to make sure. And certain things that will be determined by a panel should never be rebooted because they should never reboot Casablanca or any of the or Gone with the Wind or any of the true classics, Citizen Kane.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange. I mean, Casablanca, my game room where my pool table is actually styled as Rick's is. So, yeah. You never, ever, ever, please do not reboot Casablanca.
All right, and feel free to show this out.
Yeah, we're going to need it.
Oh shit. Where is I need to go to actually open the Terra second stream to see the chats.
Yep.
Sorry about that. So I'm opening another tab to go to YouTube, people. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole.
Yes, you are.
I know I am. And we're stomping on Trippy right now, but who cares?
Oh, really? He's streaming right now?
Yeah, who cares?
Oh, that's okay.
I don't care because he's kind of a bitch, and you know I'm just drunk enough. I'm gonna call everybody out. I don't give a shit. What are they gonna do? Show up at my house? Please show up at my house. Please. That's all I have to say. No, I'm so sick of the internet drama. In fact, I actually made fun of our boy Optimus the other night. Because of the fact that he was making a big deal out of YouTube being down. And I'm like, dude, you actually look like a dumbass. So
YouTube was down.
Just so y'all, yeah, YouTube was down internationally.
Yeah, it was a technical problem.
I think the top theory that was going around is that they shut down Google Plus, but when they did that, it shut down YouTube.
Right.
Hey, shit happens. Technical problems happen. Google Plus was a dead network anyway. You know. They were killing Google Plus is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. No big deal. Nothing of value lost there.
Oh my god, I lost my circle of friends. Oh, what shall I fucking do?
Recruit new ones.
No, yeah. every time I was coming onto the Hangouts, it's like these people. None of these people are in your circles. I don't even know what that is.
I'm like, wait, because I haven't added them on Google Plus that I don't have an account for. Yeah.
You have a Google Plus account if you have a Gmail.
Yeah, but I don't use the shit.
Oh yeah, they tried to force people into it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Gab, Minds, Full 30. No, I'm not going to need an account. I'm not going to add. You know, I know most of you also have all of those accounts except for probably a Full 30. Full 30 is a pro-gun video hosting site.
Nice.
It's been around for years. It actually allows you to show like hunting kill shots.
Really?
Yeah, which you can't do on any other platform.
Huh.
Not even Pornhub.
Really?
Yeah, you can't show a kill shot.
Because I don't think they understand the concept of firearms money shots then.
Well, it's called violence. They have a strict thing against violence.
Really? Because I see
yeah.
some fucked up shit on Pornhub.
Yeah, but
so do I.
But like a real kill shot is a different thing. It's an actual showing of death on camera. Full 30 doesn't have a problem with that because it requires you to show, I'm over 21, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And we are a gun channel, and we show fucking violence. We'll show cop videos. We'll show shooting videos. We'll show somebody taking down a fucking elephant. If you got a problem with that, don't fucking watch. Our complaint department is a grenade with a pen. It says, number 1, take a number. That's just me. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. You know what? You're an adult. Rich, you're not. But Rich is more mature than most adults. So, you know.
Oh. But speaking of guns and grenades, I heard something. I can't remember if I heard it from you, actually, Nano. So forgive me. You're going to like this, though. A bullet may have your name written on it, but grenades are addressed to whom it may concern.
It's not from me, but it's very popular. Oh, my favorites. Okay, y'all guys, I've been trying to want to keep this kind of anti-political tonight. We were actually supposed to be discussing reboots. Except
I can't think of any others other than the Evil Dead reboot a few years ago.
Oh, but that was so good because it actually used Ash. It actually used Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's the man.
Oh, not the show, though.
Not the show.
They did the movie. Yeah.
There was a movie reboot.
If it doesn't have fucking Bruce Campbell in it, fuck you.
That's what I say.
And by the way, Bruce Campbell is a friend of mine. And yeah, he has an open invitation to my bar anytime he wants. If he shows up at my house, he's like my crazy Uncle Ted. We'll go hunting. He knows he has this invitation. Yes, I do personally know Ted Nugent. Fuck you all.
Can I please meet the Autolycus?
Or do you want to meet fucking Ted Nugent or Bruce Campbell?
I want to meet. Yes, I want to meet Bruce Campbell.
You know, he's been around my place a few times. I do kind of game hunting up here in North Texas. I met him through Ted Nugent, and I actually do know the actual Chuck Norris too.
No way.
So
I don't care. I don't care about the red-headed ninja. I want to meet the one.
I also know
Ash.
Hercules.
Kevin
Sorbo.
Sorbo.
Yeah.
Oh, if only he hadn't gone so quackers.
You know what? I kind of like him more of these gun quackers, but that's just he's a great guy. They're all great guys.
Oh, please tell me you know his little friend from the show.
No, I do not know him.
Yeah.
I do know Kevin Sorbo because Kevin Sorbo. I do know Joe Rogan.
I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan.
I love Joe Rogan.
But he's a hell of a bow hunter. I will tell you that much. And I've actually, I actually watched the Joe Rogan podcast. He's interesting to watch. He's an interesting middle of the road kind of guy.
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of his positions. And there's a couple other people I like. Dennis Miller. I haven't met Dennis Miller yet, but if Dennis Miller ever wants to come hunt on my land, I'll make it happen.
Please, I seriously want to meet Bruce Campbell, and I wouldn't mind meeting Kevin Sorbo.
Bruce Campbell and I are both huge aviation fans. Did you know that Bruce Campbell lives in a 727 in the Oregon woods?
Kidding.
That's been converted into a giant house. Oh no, he's fucking awesome. The redheaded ninja is pretty awesome too, and Ted Nugent is absolutely awesome.
Personally, when it comes to the redheaded ninja, the only two movies of his I like are Sidekicks and Invasion USA.
Well, my thoughts, and I haven't watched all of his movies, but he's a great guy. We know each other through our involvement in a political party that will not be named on a podcast because it's not about politics on the state level. And it's really he's really fun to hang out with. He's a pro gun advocate, so he's of course got my vote as a friend. And he's hunted deer with me, and so is Ted Nugent. And Ted Nugent is great. We do pig hunts out here with machine guns from helicopters, and we donate all of the meat we don't personally want to homeless shelters for charity. So there's that. And I do especially like Ted's involvement with veterans to help get them over PTSD. So, and taking them hunting. He does that both in Texas and in Michigan. Kevin Sorbo's a great guy. If you politically disagree with him, that's up to you. Dean Cain's a great guy.
Oh my God. You
Dean Cain, you said the magic word.
Oh, you didn't.
You know my Superman?
I know the best Superman that ever was, and we're talking about Lois and Clark, right?
Yeah.
The New Adventures of Superman. Yes.
Yeah. The one that his newest movie has been totally shit on.
I don't know what his newest movie is, but he plays Mr. Danvers in the new Supergirl.
Okay, he's working on a movie about that abortion doctor that has been done, the one that's been convicted and sentenced to 900 years in prison for doing partial birth and abortions. This is getting way political, but yeah, the Gosnell series, he was basically. He produced and played in that movie as the investigator that helped convict the Dr. Gosnell for basically ripping living babies a week before they were going to be born out of women.
Oh, geez. I guess it's going to bug you to discover that there's literally no law in the books in Canada about abortion, right? That if a woman is in labor, she can... If she can find a doctor willing to perform the abortion, she can legally abort. 10 centimeters and crowning and go, I changed my mind.
Yeah, that's. I think that's a little late. I think
even me, that's pro-choice, says that's a little late.
I think second trimester is the Roe versus Wade line, and that's where it needs to stay. At the point where you're sucking out a viable fetus, I think you've gotten to the point of being that's just murder.
I'm just pro for it to be legal. I'm pro-life. I just don't want the shit to be illegal because I've seen enough people disfigured from their slut mothers going wandering into the friggin' alleyway and using a hanger. You know, so.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Roe versus Wade decided it, but they left the requirements up to the states. But I believe that any time in the first trimester is a good point to say, hey, because if you've carried the baby for 3 months, you've had enough time to reconsider it, in all honesty. What I hate is that the father has no right to say anything in the whole decision.
You know, the thing that bothers me, not even the abortion, but this newest thing now, I've been seeing the commercials. And my mother asked me, she's like, what the hell is with all this HPV? And I explained to her, I said, you know what it is this generation, they couldn't stop fucking. You know, obviously I'm talking to my mother, so I cleaned it up a lot when I was talking to her. But
yeah, we all know that when we talk to Mama Scooby, we go back to our 1930s Victorian protocol.
Yeah. Right.
Love your mom.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, she's good people. But I explained to her, and I said, you know, they couldn't stop hopping in each other's beds. No one could keep their legs closed, and they all got this HPV, this human papilloma virus, from just, you know, sleeping around. And that's the reason that they have to get these vaccinations now, because it fucks up their kids. And
I'm sorry. My wife is a millennial. She was born when I was in high school. We won't go any further than that. She's not a slut. And I'm sorry. I love my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law delivers me tamales. And I love Mama Rodriguez. She keeps me fat and happy. Because you have a Sicilian mother, right, Scobie?
No, my mother's Irish.
But you have Sicilian family members that bring you pasta, right? And Italian food. Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law brings me tamales and chili con carne and mole sauce and everything else that, My God, how is there a Mexican male under 200 pounds in America? I do not understand.
The food is delicious.
Oh God. And when people tell me, "Oh, let's go to Taco Bell for," I'm like, I'm going to shoot you now. But I also get equally irritated by liberals that go, I want authentic Mexican food. And we're sitting at my house. And they're like, I want authentic Mexican food. And my wife looks at them with this glare on her eyes that are just... She's like, my mother made this. She's from Mexico. These are authentic tamales. Get over your fucking self going, I want authentic this. Go fuck yourself, is the general fucking attitude. Tex-Mex to us is it's a version of Mexican food, but it's actual Mexican food with a Texas kind of twang to it. And in all honesty, having been to Mexico, having seen my in-laws that live in Mexico, I'm going to give you the blunt, coarse trauma truth. Mexican food is not as spicy as Tex-Mex.
Yeah, I've heard it was more mild, actually.
Yeah. Tex-Mex is a spicier version. And when you get this whole, I want the real shit, I want spicy shit, and I'm like, then you want Tex-Mex.
Like me personally, love Tex-Mex. We have a few places up here. You know, a few guys migrated from down by your way, and oh god, the food is unbelievable.
I like Sicilian Italian, and yes, there's a difference from mainland Italian, and I like northern Italian food. But I also like southern Italian food, and I know there's a difference. I also, my favorite from that whole region is Maltese food.
Oh yeah,
because Malta's is a lot more pastry based, so it's a lot heavier. It's heavier. It's peasant food. It's got more potatoes, more roots, more vegetables, but they shove it all in a pastry with some meat, and that's distinctly different from Italian food.
Yeah,
but Sicilian is more commoner food. It's more peasant food. It's heavy, rich, hearty. You're only getting 2 meals a day, so we're going to load you up with 8,000 calories, so you can until the end of the day.
You actually love the food in my house, then, because me and Irv were actually going over it one night. We were trying to figure out exactly what dialect my father spoke, because his father and my father, like Irv's father was Calabrese, and my father was Sicilian, and they both spoke like almost patois versions of Italian because of how many different languages like influenced it. Like I personally think from all the research I've looked into, I think my father's family actually spoke the Maltese dialect of Sikulish. Because I've looked into it, and I mean, some of the words he uses I've heard no one else use that speaks Italian. Even some Sicilian speakers are like, "Wow, that's a wild dialect." And I'm guessing my father might have actually spoken Maltese dialect. It was very small area of Sicily that actually spoke it. A few places in Corleone and a couple of speakers in Syracuse, but that was about it. And
I've been to Italy, and I've been to Sicily, and I love Sicily. I went to an Orthodox church service in Sicily, which is weird. But the priest also did the because it was in a small village, and he also did the Catholic Mass because it was such a small village. They only had one priest for the Orthodox Church, and he was the same priest for the Catholic Church. And you would see the Sicilians show up with their double-barrel shotguns, and they were like, "Why are they showing up?" And he goes, "This is Sicily. Lord God, we love to hunt." And they're going rabbit hunting after service. And you can't tell a Sicilian not to bring a shotgun to church. But it also reminds me a lot of the Sicilian mob. And
you can't tell an Irishman not to bring a bomb to a church.
No. The Sicilian mob had rules.
Yeah.
And one of those rules, and one of the reasons they were so successful is they never judged their families, police officers, their families were strictly off limits.
Now, you said that they were carrying shotguns with them. Let me ask you, was a pistol grip sawed off?
No, these were hunting shotguns, full length, double barrel fowling guns.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say a lot of them, what they'll carry on them, they carry as like a PDW. They'll carry a sawed off, usually like a Mossberg or a Remington pump action. They call it a lupia. That stands for the wolf shot. Literally, what they would carry it for was wild wolves in Sicily, just walking down the path, to shoot the wolves. And
this was during a gaming season. They were bringing their gaming foul pieces to church because they were going immediately after. And I actually had my pump shotgun with me. I was in the military at the time. And I had a 3-shot pump shotgun with me, and I went to the church, and because I'm a Catholic and I go to I go to mass. And,
Yeah.
And the priest, he was like, yes, I'm both the Orthodox priest and the Catholic priest because it's a little village. We don't have enough people, so I just do everything. And my buddy was like, but all these people are bringing shotguns in. And he's like, it's bird season. Of course they're bringing shotguns in. It's Sicily. Religion, booze, hunting, it's what we do.
I want to go back to the thing of you hooking me up with my Superman.
Oh, you want me to find Dean for you? I mean,
I know he's married. I know he has a son because he liked a tweet that I sent.
Yeah, we follow each other on Twitter, so no. But I mean, he's been out to my place. He's been out to Ted's place, and I was out at Ted's place the same. And Ted recommended my place for some quality dove hunting. So
okay, you've got to tell me when Dean's gonna come, so I can come meet Dean King, and I can like kiss the ground he's walking on because a lot of people grew up with Christopher Reeve being their Superman, and
that would be my Scooby generation, yes.
And he was my Superman too for a while. And then they actually came out with Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. And that's when Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain became my Lois Lane and my...
I'll be honest, that was when Superman became my weekly cereal.
Before we get too far from it, best and worst joke ever. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeves?
What?
Christopher Walken.
I think the worst.
As an equestrian, I want to be offended, but that's fucking funny as shit.
There was. I used to have a subscription to Maxim years ago when I was in college.
Irving, somebody actually told Christopher Reeves that joke, and he actually kind of snickered at it. So
I believe it.
I mean,
Christopher Reeves had a really good sense of humor.
Even Paralyzed, yeah. I think the person that was more offended by that was Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves took it in stride. God bless him. He was a great guy. And honestly, the other stars I've met, in case I've met Clint Eastwood. He by far is my favorite director.
Oh yeah, I liked him after he did all the Western movies.
My
dad burnt me out on him.
My favorite movies by him were Letters to Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima.
My two favorite are Difficulty with the Curve.
In particular, Letters with Iwo Jima, where he had that Japanese actor, and they told the Japanese side of the Battle of Iwo Jima in Japanese with subtitles.
Yeah. Before we get too far from it, you guys made me think of it actually. With Christopher Reeve, I used to have a subscription to Maxim about 20 years ago when I was in college. And they had a listing in the magazine, it was one of the articles, of things to do and not to do on a date when you're at a bar. And it had in this black box, it had this joke, and it said, warning, do not tell this joke or you're not going to get laid. And so the joke goes like this. This shows you how old the magazine was. It was very dated. But why didn't Superman save John F. Kennedy Jr.'s plane from crashing?
Why?
Oh, why?
Because he's in a wheelchair.
Oh.
In all honesty, I'm going to be blunt here. John F. Kennedy Jr. had no business flying that plane. No, I am a pilot, and I have ever.
Hadn't he been drinking?
Well, no, he was flying an aircraft that was not rated for long-term over water flight, and he was not fully instrument rated.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't do that.
Well, he didn't do it. He was already dead. You and I both know that the UDT just jumped out of the plane with his thing, and that's how come Hillary got his seat. Look, I hate to say it. He was my senator, then all of a sudden, boom, he's gone, and now Hillary's my senator. That's how that worked.
I'm gonna be blunt. If Hillary Clinton's ever charged with all the murders she committed, and she'll never get out of prison. And that's not even talking about all the life she sucked out of Bill. I've met Bill Clinton, and I'm not a fan, but Bill Clinton is a good old boy. Hillary Clinton is an evil leech. I'm sorry, Tara, I'm gonna offend the fuck out of you, but Hillary Clinton is a truly evil individual.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I admit I voted for her in the presidential elections only because I preferred the experience of having, been in a political arena. However, I do not fucking like her.
I'm gonna be honest.
I felt she was better than the turd sandwich.
I'm gonna be really blunt. Her experience got 4 of my friends killed. 4 of my friends, as in people I knew personally, including a U.S. ambassador. So therefore, I'm like my friend Chris Pronto that was kicked off Twitter because he called her a cunt. She deserves that. Her political experience is bullshit, in my opinion, because I was at Benghazi. So yeah, fuck her. She got people killed that were better than her.
I just want you to know, I voted for her only out of the fact that, I felt she was better than the turd sandwich. That's just my personal opinion. But I did not really want her as president. She was the last choice that I really had.
I was always going to say that I'd rather have someone with no experience than with the experience of getting American diplomats and security personnel killed.
But on that note, guys, I got to call it a night. I got to go to bed. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, Irv.
And I'll see you Friday.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
No, and I'm going to take that as Google was trying to censor me. Yeah, fuck Google.
What the hell just happened?
Good night, everyone.
No, it crashed on me. It crashed on me, Tara. It literally did. It was like the right after I said Hillary Clinton was the most evil person on the face of the earth, I basically got censored. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I was at Benghazi, and so therefore, and like when my friends are getting banned from Twitter, this Benghazi survivors are getting banned from Twitter, getting told off, and people, it is personal to us. It's absolutely personal. It's a movie. Where the fuck was the AC-130? Where the fuck was what we needed had to be there? You don't enter into a government contract like that without the expectation of the government being there to support you. I'm sitting there on comms calling for close air support, and there's no answer. That's not an acceptable position. And let's now delve to a lighter topic, because this is not something we should be discussing on a Google Hangouts.
Again, back to you letting me meet Dean Cain.
Honestly, the only one I can confirm I could ever have you meet would probably be Ted Nugent. But he knows all of these people. And he knows Kevin Sorbo. And
okay, you talk to Ted and tell him that there's a huge Dean Cain fan that really wants to meet him.
Yeah. I happen to know people in conservative Hollywood. What can I say?
Because I don't follow Ted Nugent on everything, and I don't support all of what he's political about, there's a lot of it I do support.
Okay, but who all knows Jane from Firefly? Adam, the good Baldwin brother.
Actually,
Good
he's not related to the Baldwins.
Yeah, I know. He's the good Baldwin. He's the great Baldwin. He's a friend of mine.
Jane.
No. That's my favorite Baldwin.
I gotta get a Dolores.
I actually invited all of the cast of Firefly out to go dove hunting. Unfortunately, it didn't work out because Nathan Fallon was filming The Rookie at the time, his new series.
Because Castle finally died.
Well, yeah, but he's playing a 40-year-old rookie cop. I need to watch that just to see how bad it is. But I like Nathan Fallon because, without doxing myself, we have the same first name. So
we still don't know your last name, so.
Yeah. But yeah, Adam Baldwin's a friend of, or we have been on Twitter. He has been out to the property to do some fishing and hunting. And I was trying to get a whole Firefly people out there just for a Firefly reunion.
God, I'd love to meet Kaylee.
I want to meet Walsh. That's my.
Oh yeah.
Walsh,
yeah.
And Kaylee. Kaylee's great. We follow each other on Twitter. She's another outspoken Hollywood conservative. It's now a mom. And yeah, Kaylee has a 3-year-old now. And now her tweets are all about and I love Kaylee. Kaylee was one of my favorite characters. She's talking about going out, finding a sitter so she can go out to dinner with her husband. And I'm like, I can so relate to that. I mean, I have a 3-year-old. Do you know how hard it is to get my sister-in-law to drive out here and babysit our daughter so we can actually have a date night?
Oh, real quick. This is mostly for Scooby. You know how you talked me into contacting all those political parties?
Mm-hmm.
I got followed back by Jeff Skinnid.
By Jeff who?
Siskind.
Oh, cool.
And he responded to my tweet. So I'm going to read that because my tweet was about my dad. He's had some shit happen to him that shouldn't have happened to him. He says, thank you for reaching out to our campaign. I'm sorry to hear about your dad. We would love to help him any way we can. We're having an event tonight, and we'll be happy to get the word out for you. God bless and good luck. Please stay in touch.
That's actually pretty good.
And the man only has 6 followers. He's running
Cruz
for state attorney general.
Oh, for Florida?
Yeah.
Well, y'all need a better non-rhino attorney general. I'm just gonna say that. Because I'm gonna be blunt. The George Zimmerman case should have never gone to trial. That was a justifiable shoot. Period. The end. And the fact that he was a law-abiding gun owner and was shit upon in the name of political correctness is bullshit. And I'm going to be the one to say it because George Zimmerman had to live through the fear of every gun owner. The guy was bashing his head into the ground. And I'm sorry. At the end of the day, the fact he waited that long shows absolutely self-control. I am sick and tired of he didn't do nothing fucking crowd. You know what? Stop raising thugs, black community. Divorce yourself from rap music Go back to jazz. Go back to classic. Go back to the Harlem fucking Renaissance. Go back to actually raising young men and encouraging young fathers to fucking take care of their kids. Thank you. The rest of America thanks you. And get off the fucking dependency cycle.
Amen.
And I am going to preach it. Because you know what the Harlem Renaissance was about? Building black families. That's what it was about. It was about black men taking care of their children. A family unit. A family unit, even in poverty, is better than a single mother. Because young men and young women need a male and female role model to be raised. And I don't want to get political, but that's just sociological fact. Children raised by a single mother are far more likely to end up in gang violence and in crime. Period. And I'm so sick and tired of a society that promotes failing systems.
Yeah, you and me both.
I mean, honestly, the black community during the Harlem Renaissance, it brought up black-owned businesses. It was a legitimate renaissance of Harlem, from a ghetto to a neighborhood people wanted to live in by the black community. And Scooby, you lived in New York. You can tell me I'm telling the truth. They were helping themselves out. It wasn't the government. It wasn't the government at all. It was the people having enough of the shit that they wanted to fix the fucking problem. It was New Yorkers fixing the problem.
Well, we didn't have any problems around here, really, completely, to be frank, till the Democrats got into power. Once they got into power in the 60s, that's when they started screwing around with the housing authority. That's when you had the mass exodus, when everyone started moving east onto Long Island because they destroyed the city through mismanagement.
I didn't want to talk, but I mean, the Harlem Renaissance was not. It was driven from the population of Harlem.
Yeah.
And Harlem is a beautiful neighborhood. I have been to New York 3 times. Honestly to God, it was under Giuliani. And I detest the next 2 mayors because they tried everything to undo Giuliani. And I am a reserve police officer. There is not a state in the union I cannot carry in. I'm a reserve county sheriff for Wise County in Texas. So I can carry a gun in New York. That's not a problem for me. I was stopped and frisked 4 times in New York.
Oh, yeah, they'll do it to you.
I didn't have a problem with it. Okay, I have a problem with it on a constitutional level. But as soon as they saw my badge and my, my T-Close identification card, they were like, okay. And then they looked at my 45 with his tack light on it, and while my wife was like, oh, great. Now is this 35-minute discussion about how awesome that gun is. No, I love the New York Police Department. The restrictions put on their trigger pull are ridiculous and adversely affect accuracy. We were actually in Manhattan, but we were heading towards the Port Authority. We were actually at a Port Authority bar. I was drinking a soda. She was drinking copious amounts of wine because my wife is Mexican and she likes to be a little bit inebriated. But I was carrying a gun, and I don't drink when I'm carrying a gun, period, even though I can enter a bar with a gun because as a reserve deputy, I can do that. But I was drinking a Coke, and the officers questioned me. They were very polite. They were not rude. That needs to be, first of all, I have to commend the Port Authority Police Department as being some of the nicest New Yorkers I've ever met. We got to talking, and they realized I was one of the first units into Afghanistan after 9/11, and we ended up, they ended up buying her 3 shots. I said, I'm carrying a gun. I cannot drink.
Yeah.
So they bought me a steak. So they actually ended up buying me dinner at the bar.
So Rich just sent me my fan art for Halloween.
Oh, very cool.
Hey, you know what? Rich is making me want to buy an animation studio. Just keep it up, man. Right?
He's fucking awesome, isn't he?
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, Burnside.
Yeah, Burnside. You missed our massive rant against Charm. By the way, your pumpkin, Heinrich over there. I bitched to last night while I was watching Charm.
Motherfucker. Oh, okay. I gotta hear this.
Oh, you should have also heard him when he was going off on the She-Ra trailer I showed him.
Oh, do you mean the Transra trailer with extra Marxism included?
The newest one.
Oh, God.
I have an angry Mexican looking over my shoulder right now. Everybody say hi to Mrs. Nana Reaper.
Hi, Mrs. Nana Reaper.
Yeah, now Rachel's leaving the room, but
I'm sure she makes amazing tamales.
No, my mother-in-law does. We just got 60 of them. I love my mother-in-law. No, they're waiting for rifle deer season because it's only bow season right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want 3 deers worth of meat to make tamales.
Oh my God, venison tamales! How many? I mean, how much do you need in U.S. dollars to smuggle that shit up to Shirakistan over here? I will make that fucking happen. Oh my God.
Dude, I have a plane. I can fly up to fucking the Chicago area, and drop off those tamales. That's not a problem. I probably have to fly up to New York and drop some off for Scooby. So,
Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Oh, venison.
No, venison tamales are the best. And we mix them with wild hog meat and wild hog fat to make them properly.
Holy.
Oh, wow. That sounds delicious.
Oh my God. Okay.
No, wild hog fat. Okay, wild hog meat, you always mix it with venison to make sausage or tamales. Because that's just enough moisture that keep them from drying out.
Well, I tell you what, bro, you bring up the venison, and I'll make venison mianga.
Oh,
and
man.
Yeah, what that is you take the venison and you pound it with the mallet and you let it soak overnight in a mixture of sangria and garlic bulbs and spices, and then you pan fry it and then you cook it in a red sauce.
So it's like venison and pasta sauce.
It's exactly what it is, but it's prepared a certain way. It's not like you just cook the steak and then throw like the sauce on it. It's a specific way it's prepared, and you have.
No. I understand exactly what you're saying because I do that for venison. I'm gonna put over pasta.
Right.
You marinate it overnight with garlic, like chopped up garlic bulbs. So you get the garlic oil in it with sangria, which is Spanish table wine with fruits in it. And
I love sangria.
Oh God, we drink that all the time. Trust me. In fact, we never put up wedding pictures because I'm kind of shy. But we were actually married in Spain.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's cool.
We were actually married in the Familia, and we were married in the largest church in the world.
Cool.
And
damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. But she's a Catholic. I'm a non-practicing Catholic. I don't like the current Pope. I call
I
him a
don't
communist.
blame you. He's a fucking heretic. Jesuit
You know,
loving heretic.
it's funny. You, me, and Burnside are all Catholics. Tara's our token Jew.
I'm not a fucking Jew.
Well, I mean, my wife.
I just
my wife
fuck
is.
them.
No, my wife is more Catholic than I am, and she's a conservative Mexican Catholic. And by conservative, I mean somebody goes, "You're voting for Beto, right?" And she goes, "I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you right now."
Nice.
Because Beto is the guy running against Ted Cruz. He's trying to claim he's Latin. He's Irish as fuck. Elizabeth Warren post DNA test is more Indian than he is Latin.
Wow.
Damn.
Are you serious? Damn.
No. And he's anti-gun. And he's anti-small business. And
What?
I am. Yeah.
What heresy is this that you speak of?
Well,
How
he's a
is
Democrat.
Gotten hung again.
Well, no. He's trying to produce that Ted Cruz is going to ban gay marriage. And everybody's like, gay marriage is over and done with.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, I'm a small business owner. My wife's a small business owner. We don't want anybody to fuck with our taxes.
I don't blame you. Don't become like my city. Don't let anybody fuck with your taxes.
Well, here's the thing. The lower our taxes is the more people we can hire. More people we can hire. We're the job creators. Business is the job creators.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, if Scooby had $1 million, he could, well, no. Unfortunately, Scooby, you live in New York. How much would it cost for you to be able to open a restaurant in Manhattan Island? An authentic Italian restaurant?
A restaurant on Long Island.
No, in Manhattan.
In Manhattan? Oh, God.
I mean, what number do I need to put in front of the 7 zeros? I'm being realistic. I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, I probably need to put
at least a 20 in front of that.
To open a restaurant in Manhattan, you're probably gonna need about $1 million liquid capital.
Well, no, I was gonna say 20.
How big of a restaurant are we talking? We're talking about just getting space.
No. I'm talking space on Times Square.
Oh, yeah. You're probably in the right ballpark. About $20 million, give or take.
The reason is if you can afford to open a restaurant on Times Square with Italian food, with actual legitimate recipes from the old country, which Scooby has, it's going to be successful.
Oh yeah.
Because people will come in and pay tourists will pay $60 for a plate of spaghetti.
You got to have good food though. The competition, especially in Manhattan, it is fierce.
Yeah, but I figure if you can invest $20 million in the initial startup, you can afford to hire good Scooby relatives that actually know how to make proper Sicilian pasta. And you just do a Sicilian restaurant, which is different from an Italian restaurant.
Yeah. Where was this?
Damn, that sounds too.
All you guys are doing is making Burnside hungry, and I'm not there to cook for him.
It's all good. Nitro's got some amazing pasta that's going to be cooking soon.
I gotta ask my sister. I forget where it was. I want to say the Citibank Plaza in Manhattan, or it might have been Chase.
Oh, I would never actually eat in the New York proper. I'd come out to where you are and find some little bistro to eat at. Because I'm going to get better bang for my buck and probably more authentic.
Oh yeah. No one eats in Manhattan.
I'm just saying, if I had, say, $50 million to throw away on an investment and wanted an actual return on Times Square, because that's what you probably need. I'm being honest, am I not?
Yeah. You want to get a good return on your investment. You take that $50 million, you buy property up in the Hudson River Valley that's got and you buy farm property, and you take the farm produce that you would sell in Texas, and you tack a 0 on the back of it, and you sell it to the Manhattan restaurants.
What you do is what I do is I buy just enough farm property up there to grow some stuff, and then I grow produce down at my place in Texas and my property in Arkansas, and I do a farm to table produce thing, and then I hire your mother as a chef and have her make authentic farm to table Italian food.
Yeah. It's ironic because she knows how to cook it. She's Irish, but she learned from her in-laws, so she knows all the recipes.
And we go overboard on charging places because it's organic. It's straight out of the dirt. We throw some water on it. We throw it on a truck, and we ship it.
I actually do know a chef who is he retired young, about 45. Maybe around that age, maybe a little bit younger. He's only a little older than me. And
I keep forgetting you and I are so close in age group because I am 41 and you are 39. So
yeah, I'm gonna be 40 in April. So yeah,
I'll be 42 in March. So
yeah,
and my wife is 25 in May. So.
Well, I do know, like I said, I do know this chef, and he's retired, and he's bored, and he's about 45 years old, and he's down in, I want to say the Carolinas. I'm going to try to hit him up later on Facebook. This guy actually had one of the hottest restaurants in New York, and he wound up getting rid of it because he couldn't take the taxes anymore up here, plus the neighborhood was starting to change. It was right. He sold and got out right when Obama got elected because he figured that the neighborhood was going to degenerate into a third world country. So,
well, he was probably right.
I mean, in all honesty, though, I'll be honest. I would rather invest in a restaurant in Texas than Dallas. The taxes are better, and I can hire talent to come in. That also, tomatoes and shit I grow on my farm. He goes to Dallas a lot quicker.
You want me to tell you how you make money? I'll tell you right now, and it's the simplest thing, and no one will think of it. Open up a comic book store in Miami Beach. There is nothing in southern. There's nothing in southern Florida. Open up a comic book store.
The comic industry has gotten so easy. It's not. The restaurant industry is a better. In North Texas, the restaurant industry is a better investment. The thing is that all of the Italian food we've had to deal with is
Please don't say Olive Garden.
No, that is shit. That's Taco Bell. But it's not New York authentic.
Yeah.
Like my ex is Maltese, so I have a fucking love for Maltese food. Even though she was a cheating asshole. But I do appreciate Southern European cuisine, that being Malta, Sicily, which is, in my mind, a separate country than Italy.
Thank you for that, by the way. I actually appreciate that.
Their cuisine is definitely separate from Italy. And Southern Italian food is different from Northern Italian food. Southern Italian is more. I'm looking here. It's poor people food. It's rich. It's hearty. You get 2 meals a day. So the sauces are thicker. They're laden with ingredients. And when you go up north to like Milan or Venice, the sauces are watery. They're rich people food where you get to eat 4 meals a day. I prefer Southern Italian food. I prefer the peasant food. I prefer the food that's laden with meats and vegetables because you eat a heavy meal at the start of the day because you will not get another meal until the end of the day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
Peasant food for the win, dude, because peasants know how to eat good stuff. Aristocrats only know how to eat stuff that looks fancy.
Well, that's the thing. Southern Italy is peasant food. is peasant food. Malta is peasant food. Croatia, the Balkans are peasant food. Poland is peasant food. France, northern Italy is aristocratic food. It's you pay $300 and you get an ounce of beef. That is
absurd.
It's unacceptable to me. Also, peasant wines taste better because they're made from garbage grapes, but they also incorporate things like honey and blackberries.
Yeah, they know how to spice it up because of what they got to work with.
Southern Italian, Sicilian, Maltese grappa is far better than Northern Italian shit.
Oh yeah, grappa, Madonna. I haven't had a taste of that in at least 20 years.
Oh no, I love Italian table wine, especially Italian red table wine.
Oh yeah,
it's from Southern Italy, especially the one in the goddamn fish bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why I like you guys. You guys have amazing taste in food and guns and lots of awesome.
The thing when I was a kid,
I love Southern Italy. I love it because it is the peasant part of Italy.
Yeah,
it's the part of Italy where people go to work. See, Southern Italy is the home of Lamborghini Trattori. Northern Italy is the home of Enzo Ferrari. And if you understand anything of Italian modern history, please understand the feud between Lamborghini and Ferrari.
Yeah.
Lamborghini is the preeminent European agricultural tool. Lamborghini is Europe's John Deere. Okay, in reality, Lamborghini tractors are used throughout Italy. And back in the 1950s and 60s, the owner of Lamborghini Trattori, which was founded in 1948 after the end of the Allied occupation of Italy, went to Ferrari to buy a sports car because he'd finally made enough money that he could afford to buy a nice automobile for himself. And Lamborghini, the Enzo Ferrari, goes to him and goes, "I will never sell you a car." And he goes, "Well, fuck you." With the Italian chin thing. He goes, "You're doing this because I'm from, so-and-so president in Southern Italy. So I'm going to build a better car than you ever could. And I'll continue to sell tractors. So fuck you." And that's basically what happened.
Yeah. So much of my father's people, their heritage, their culture, their religion, their faith, all of it is built on spite. It's amazing.
Well, no. You got to understand that Italy is a relatively new country.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually only 30 years older than the United States.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. It's all formed on city-states.
Holy shit, honey. Goddamn.
No. Italy was all city-states up and with the papal states running through them until the mid-1700s. There was no Italy. And these city-states hate each other.
Most states do. I mean,
and baby, you can blame your fucking self for you laughing all the time because those are your fucking tweets.
Really?
Yes.
How the hell does that work?
It probably just got there late. To illustrate what Nano's saying, though, like my father always used to say, he would say "Fanabula," and he would say that instead of "go to hell." What it means is "go to Naples,"
because Naples is hell.
Yeah.
I mean, Sicily. First of all, Sicily is its own country.
Right.
It's part of Italy. But where Malta actually flies its own flag and has its own government, Sicily is a vassal state
Yeah, it's an autonomous zone.
Yeah, but Southern Italy hates Northern Italy with a passion.
Right.
And the Southern Italians, by the way, are the nicer people. In all honesty, your fashion and everything comes from Milan. It comes from that. Your good food. Okay. Girls from Milan wear Christian Baton and look dynamite. Girls from fucking Southern Italy cook you good food, suck your dick like you wouldn't believe, and then wear tennis shoes. Which would make a better wife. That's all I have to say.
The women in southern Italy and in Sicily all tend to resemble Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That was just not too bad.
No, yeah. The one from southern Italy and Sicily have classic Coke bottle figures.
Yeah.
The ones from northern Italy look like supermodels. However, they can't cook for shit. They demand you buy you shit. And they never can get a job to save their ass. The girls from southern Italy not only will spit out a baby and go back to work in 3 hours.
You remember what? You familiar with the actress Salma Hayek, Burnside?
I am.
Most Sicilian women tend to look like her. They could. Most Sicilian women could pass for Mexican or
Burnside,
could pass
have
for
you
Spanish.
ever seen Dusk Till Dawn, the one with George Clooney and
good movie.
Okay, you know this the woman dancing with the snake?
Yeah.
That was Selma Hayek.
Yes.
No way.
Yes way.
Most of the women in that.
I'm going to be blunt. Okay. More importantly than physical attraction, Southern Italian women will never step out on you.
Oh, that's neat.
Northern Italian women will dump you for a fucking gay Parisian shoe designer in a heartbeat.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, the culture is very different in Sicily. It's very conservative, very family oriented.
I'm gonna be blunt, Scooby. It's not just Sicily; it's Southern Italy, south of Rome, altogether.
Right.
That is peasant Italy. That is you marry for life, for richer or for poor. Versus Northern Italy, which is high culture. And
fuck the whole high culture thing, man.
And Burnside, if you leave me for one of them Italian chicks,
you know what?
I am using the quotes in all of the irony.
I'm not gonna lie, he's selling me a pretty good sounding woman.
Burnside
couldn't be
Burnside,
that woman, you know.
You might think Italian women are fucking crazy, but remember, Native American, Irish, and Scottish.
I'm gonna be honest though, if an Italian woman ever finds out you dumped someone to try and get with one of them, it won't end well for you.
Oh, well, you're in luck.
No, baby, you're in luck.
That's too funny.
I'm just saying that they are what they're loyal because they're loyal. But if they find out that you tried to dump somebody to get with you, especially because they're gonna this is what they're gonna think. They're gonna think that you think they're easy, and it's not gonna end up well for you.
I always
not
tell
only
people,
that, I'd make your life a living hell.
You already do to a degree.
I always tell people,
I make your life a hell of a lot easier.
Yes, see, you got the pun.
I tell people, if you're into like those Northern Italian broads, but you want somebody that's gonna screw around, just go for a Jewish girl. The noses are about the same size and they're not as hairy. So you'll do good. And believe me, this is speaking from experience. those Jewish girls tend to like to climb around in bed. So
you might as well end up with a fucking Vietnamese girl.
they're too
Well,
skinny.
that would be interesting.
They're way too skinny. I've never seen an overly corpulent Vietnamese girl.
Burnside doesn't like them because they're too clingy when he barely knows them.
Well, he's never known a rich Vietnamese girl. I know rich Vietnamese girls. And
Yeah, like here's the weird thing. Back when I used to work janitorial over at Pop Century, fucking the Asian girls that would either work over at the kitchen there or work at some of the Epcot resort spots, etc. Oh, they love this shit out of me. I mean, they're cool to hang around and stuff when you could understand what the fuck they're saying.
Right. I'm just okay. I'm gonna be blunt. The Vietnamese girls I've ever run into, their daddies are lawyers, and they're used to making ridiculous amounts of money.
Nice. No idea what the Vietnamese gals I hang out with whose parents did for a living. I all I knew is they were basically there because the.
I know one Vietnamese girl that her dad does all of. He's the media director for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that's
cool.
Like, I hate football, so it never impressed me that she knew, like, she could get season tickets, and it's one of the reasons I got to fuck the shit out of her when I was dating her, because I was impressed by it. But yeah, like, she can get you fucking 50-yard, like, she has access to a box that is a VIP box at the 50-yard line.
Nice.
That's
I hate football, so it's irrelevant to me. It's always been irrelevant to me.
I used to like football, and then everyone started doing that donkey teeth crap, and it made me want to shoot them in the knee. So I was like, all right, well, let me get back.
You gonna use an arrow for that?
Be right back.
Little known fact, the whole "took an arrow to the knee" quote, it means you got married. Because literally that was the only thing that would stop a Viking from going out on a semi-suicidal path to get to Valhalla. Was, oh yeah, I gotta go back home and fucking take care of the wife and kids, god damn it. One day, when I am very fucking old, I will eventually die and pass the rainbow bridge that is not homo. And drink forever and fucking feast and be a badass for eternity like Conan the Barbarian. So on and so forth. More often than not, if you were to actually be shot in the knee with an arrow, that could actually be fixed. Because most Iron Age arrows and stuff weren't really designed to take out knees. They were designed to take out eyes and pretty much, cause deep bleeding wounds or go through and such. Which is why everyone decided later on that they were like, yeah, how about we switch to crossbows, because that'll put a bitch down, and versus regular bows and arrows.
You just reminded me of something that happened in college. I actually got asked to get to leave one of those gay and lesbian things.
Oh, God.
They were having one of their shindigs, and I showed up to the thing because I actually had a complaint. Yeah. And they're like, we'll take anything from the audience. I raised my hand. I go, I got a complaint. And they're looking at me. They go, yeah. I go, yeah, I'm not gay, but I got a complaint against you folks. You cultural appropriating. And they go, excuse me? I said, look, my mother's Irish, and you people completely ruined rainbows and unicorns. Seriously. Bunch of culturally appropriating fucks. Seriously, they ruined rainbows and they ruined unicorns.
Okay.
Bunch of bastards.
Okay. My ex, before I got married, her daddy was a major fucking, he's the media director for the Dallas Cowboys. And I like Trish. Trish is great. And the white YouTuber, was like, so this Asian girl that's like into sports. I'm doing sports podcasts. So I'm like, yeah, I'll send her an invite. And she's like, she saw pictures of him and she watched his videos. She's like, I don't want to do anything to do with that fucking New York douchebag. And this was back when everybody's like, Whitey's the greatest. I'm like, Whitey's kind of a douche, to be honest. I'm sure I'm going to send some GCV fucking fanboys into a fucking goddamn fucking Twitterverse shit, but you know, I don't give a shit. Because they're probably all busy jacking off the fucking pictures of fucking a ghost or some shit. No, I'm not gonna hold back anymore. I'm not gonna be like I'm sick of Cass. I'm sick of fucking VCR head cleaner. I'm sick of fucking Kumar.
I think that's the best one.
I'm sick of fucking Ghastly. I'm sick of AP. They're all losers. I'll put my net worth up against any of them anytime. And I'm going to call them out for what they are, trash. And if they want to come after me and they want to send Mr. Medicare after me, that's fine. Send him after me. Send him to my house. It'll be the first time you see a YouTube celebrity executed on fucking live camera. I'm done. I'm done playing with them. They're losers. Cass, you're fucking 23 years old. You live in your parents' basement. Go get a fucking job. Even at McDonald's, you'll have my respect. But because you don't. Kumar, you're half Asian. You don't get to be a neo-Nazi. Grow the fuck up. Okay? Leaf, you're half Asian. You're Canadian. You don't get to be racist. It's against the law in your country. And you're not that attractive. By the way, I've seen 5-year-olds with bigger tits than you. Go away now.
Guaranteed Burnside's muted, laughing his ass off.
GCV, stop lying. Okay? That's all there is to it. You didn't know nobody. You knew a bunch of nobodies. AP and Ghastly, the CW fired you for a reason. And the CW sucks. Begone. Okay? Trippy, you're a sellout and a kiss ass. Irate prostate, climbing the internet social ladder makes you a loser. Realize who real people are and be friends with them and stop being a kiss ass. Atema, pick a side. Stop being a beta bitch. Okay, I've said what I need to say.
All right, now I can finally go pee because I had to sit here and listen. I'm like, oh God, this is gonna get good.
Was it good? Was
yes, wow. Yeah, wow. That's all I'm saying, man. Shit.
Hey, 3 bottles of wine in, and I make good wine, by the way. I'm going to call him out. I'm sick of it. The only one I have any respect for, because he still remained friends with me all this is Demon Hobbit, who actually has cancer and is going through some shit. I have respect for the man. And God bless you, and I hope the chemo takes, because you're better than your friends.
Well, you're a good man to give him that shout out. You know?
The rest of them, you're a bunch of fucking turncoat little bastards. And I have no... And you were never nice to me, but you tried to pretend you were my friend, and you know what? Fuck you. Because the only one of all of them that ever gave me a streaming invite was Scooby. So, and then they were like, oh, well, you should be careful with your friends. And I'm like, wait, my friends gave me streaming invites. You always said I was too volatile to be on your streams. So fuck you. I'm the Andrew. I'm not trying to be Andrew Dice Clay, but I will be.
I can't believe they never sent you any invites. That's
why I have zero respect for him. I have respect for Demon Hobbit, honestly, because he's tried to be my friend through all of this. I have zero respect for GCV because he's a coward. And I have zero respect for Cass because Cass is a popular cocksucker. I have respect for Rational Outlaw. I hope he wises up and dumps Cass. Because the guy's an actual decent human being. And I will not fault him for his boyfriend's behavior. Because I'm not a dick. But AP and Ghastly, you guys are has-beens. Grow the fuck up. Our cartoons are dead.
You know, I feel really bad about Outlaw. That kid's a sweetheart, you know? And, you know, out of anything, and I'll say this, a lot of people did some real scumbag shit. Like, didn't even have the decency to come up to me and say anything. They just booted me out their server and unfriended me like a fucking thief in the night. This kid had the decency to hit me up and say, "I'd like you to leave my server of your own accord, please." You know,
you can respect that.
yeah, I really do. That's what I'm saying. The kid has class. And it's wasted on the people that he, you know, associates himself with. And I really do hope that he understands he's of a rare breed, that young man. Because seriously, it's nice to see somebody that age who is not just polite and well-mannered, but respectful, has dignity. That's the thing that kid has that, you know, a lot of people don't have nowadays. He carries himself a certain way, not because he wants people to like him, but because he wants to be able to like himself. He has dignity, and
No, I fully respect what he did. I have no problems with him. He has class.
Yeah, he does.
Demon Hobbit, I have respect for because first of all, he has cancer. Second of all, after about the first week, he just said "fuck everybody" and just took a step back, and I respect that. That's the way you take a non-position.
I don't even know Demon Hobbit. I actually only streamed with him once.
He never made promises the way GCV did. GCV made promises that he could basically get you on with Booty Pop. And he never did. Because, quite frankly, Booty Pop's it has been anyway, but whatever. And then the rest of these people, they decided to all take sides. And in all honesty, they took sides with Shekel. And Shekel's a fucking piece of shit. He's all about controlling the super chats. And you know what? We've never been on a stream where we got super chats, any of us.
Nope.
And you know what? None of us even want it. Okay, I'm gonna lie. I've been on a stream in a Skype call with a Star Trek group I follow for 2 minutes, and they got super chats. But I don't want their super chats. Their super chats to help them provide free content for me. They can All right? I have a day job. I don't need a super chats. Burnside has a day job. Scooby has a disability check coming from the state of New York whenever they get that figured out. And Tara, I believe you're on disability. So
I'm working towards it, yeah.
Yeah. So we don't need fucking super chats. And Irving has a day job.
Yeah.
I believe Irving makes $80,000-$90,000 a year. We don't talk about how much I make. We know Burnside is pretty well off.
He's more or less paycheck to paycheck, but he's scraping by.
Yeah, but he's got a new job, so the new job's gonna help. New job, same company. We'll just leave it at that. New position pays better.
Actually, completely different job. Not even with the same company.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was trying to fucking hide it, but you ruined that, Sarah. I was trying to be sneaky.
Well, he's flat out said on air he has a new job.
Hey guys, I gotta actually hop off. I'm falling asleep and I gotta get up at 5 in the morning. Yo, I'll be around tomorrow in the afternoon, early afternoon. If you guys are around, hit me up.
Oh, I'll hit you up. I should be around.
Definitely. Can I use a shovel?
I actually have a 3-hour class to go to be an election judge tomorrow, but you know.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, I got nothing better to do, and I am my actual district's Republican Party chair because I have nothing better to do. And people elected me without asking me, but that's beside the point. So
you're kind of like Abe Simpson as he goes through his wallet. He starts pulling out all these different cards. For some reason, I'm the head of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance. For some reason, I'm this. Oh, okay, here we go.
Oh, I know why Burnside's muted. He's stuffing his face.
Yeah.
No, the new job, the new security job, and all of its candy.
Yeah.
No. Tomorrow I do have a class to learn how to be an election judge. In other words, keep my mouth shut and keep my friend's mouth shut because we have to set up the polling position in my precinct and tear it down. But rules are rules. But yeah, it's 1:15 in the morning for you, Scooby. So
Yeah, I gotta crash out. I believe me, I was.
And
I
for
did
Tara.
Yeah,
I did-
and for me, but
Yeah.
I'll be staying on because I get to talk to Puddin.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
wanted to.
Be doing that live.
I wanted to stick it out for the long run anyway. I haven't streamed in a couple of days, and
Oh
I
my
miss
god, I
talking
have
to
a
you guys.
Justicar.
Oh, there you go. See,
I
they hear
was
that
like,
I'm leaving and they show up.
It's always great to talk to you, Scoob. And
Yeah.
I think we went through the entire stream without talking about New York politics for once.
Yeah. Well, actually, you brought up New York nonstop. I didn't say anything at first. I'm like, all right, he brought up New York, not me, so I'll just sit here and be quiet.
Well, I actually wasn't even talking about New York politics. I was talking about like you buy the largest Hershey bar on the face of the planet. I know because Rachel decides, my wife decides to go to. She goes to New York once a year just to buy Hershey bars.
Hey, God bless her. Everyone needs
Oh,
something.
God, she's a chocolate. I love my wife. She's chocolate. She's my chubby bunny. And I say that she's an upsize of a medium. She's 4'11", and she's a little chunky and never changed because I like having curves to hold on to during sex. And that's as X-rated as it's gonna get, Rich. You can fucking take your dick out of your hand. I'm not gonna give you any more information than that, my 15-year-old friend.
Yeah.
But no, she loves chocolate, and trust me, mole sauce is a regular in my household. We eat a bit of Mexican food, and it's her mother-in-law, my mother-in-law, that helped me through colon cancer over the last year, and it's all the Mexican food. And my God, it kept me from becoming a skinny little frail rail of a motherfucker. So, love my in-laws. I love them to death.
Well, that's good, man. Glad you got such a cool family. I mean, my in-laws hate me, but that's a tale for another time. I am falling out.
Scooby. You know what? We need a podcast called Scooby Tales.
Seriously, I know enough of them. I could keep everyone entertained. But yeah, yo, look, I tell you what, tomorrow afternoon, like I said, as soon as you get home from that thing, because I don't ever turn the light on this thing, because every time I turn the light on Discord, people just start hitting me up with random shit. So I just leave the light off.
I'll just hit you up, tell you I'm home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to class in like 7 hours. It's like 3 hours long. It's just how to keep your fucking political mouth shut. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, they're teaching you basically restraint and deflect. I got you.
Yeah,
all right.
It's the fact is, I check the ID. I make sure they're on my career rolls, and we set up and put down tables on election days. That's all there is to it. And we also make sure, like, because we're a small polling place in a small county, that we go out and we make sure that the supporters are not within 150 feet of the polling location.
Yeah, we got to do that over here by us, too. It's a real pain in the ass because they actually show up and try to hand out leaflets and they protest and shit and do all sorts of wild stuff. And it's cool. You know, they'll usually pay you on the slide a few dollars to go and shoot flare guns at them to scare the bejesus out of them. So.
No, here you put it down. You put down the warning label, and then they see my big-ass truck in the parking lot. And they're like, oh, wait, that's a professional mercenary. We're not going to cross that line. That's the reserve deputy. We're not going to cross that line.
Nice.
Yeah. I live in a county where probably 40% of the county's reserve deputies.
You guys must be really bored then.
Well, no, it's an unpaid position. It's a volunteer position. But if ever disaster strikes, where the guys already have the skill set to provide relief.
No, that's what I mean, though. I'm guessing your neighborhood's pretty safe. I mean, you guys would be a fucking moron to like try to break into one of those houses.
Yeah, it's all ranchers. It's all ranchers. All fucking guys that own ranches, farms. We have like 3 bars in the whole county, and there's not a big drinking culture. I mean, people
Wow.
they drink at home, you know.
Yeah.
They go buy all their beer. They take it to the house. I mean, most people have a home bar because they live out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I get friends
Right.
that they get shit-faced drunk. They sleep in the hayloft, which is like my mother-in-law's suite above the bar. Above the bar. You take their keys away from them. They can go home in the morning. You know. It's how you prevent DUIs.
Yeah.
You drink at home. You play pool. I mean. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Scoob.
You got it. You got it. Good night, guys. I'll talk to you in the AM. Be good. Later.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Burnside, we don't care if we hear you eating. Just unmute yourself, man.
I think it's about time we go in the live stream, Tara, because it is 1:30 your time, 12:30 my time, 12:30 Burnside time, and 10:30 California time.
Yeah. Alright, so you all just had Scooby leave. You guys saw when Irving left. If Burnside were here, I'd let him chill. But he's not here, and last I knew, Nana Reaper doesn't do much on his channel.
I'm not gonna chill. If I post anything new, y'all hear about it. But thank you guys for the support. But it's, you know, like we're gonna like let Burnside finish his macaroni and cheese, and they're gonna let him finish his porky choppies and his 4 pounds of bubble gum.
And you guys can follow me on pretty much any social media. It is always Tara Sen, except for on Facebook where it says Ambrosia Locke. That's because Facebook is a fucking asshole. On my other video tonight, when I accidentally hit the wrong button, is the in the description link. The very first link you see is for a GoFundMe for my friend Ben. He was hit in a motorcycle accident, which you can view the information on that video in my videos section under motorcycle awareness. So please donate. If you can't donate, share the link. The least you can do is copy and paste. It's not that hard to do.
Fill it up with fucking fill up your Twitter feeds with that, man, because, and also please be aware that motorcycles are out there. And the people on them are not indestructible. And yeah, don't be a douchebag.
And when I do a show tomorrow night, I do have pictures of his helmet so you guys can see how it was damaged in the accident. It actually survived. That's why his head survived.
Yeah.
All right. So, good night, everybody. Have a good night, and goodbye.